Ladies and gentlemen, before God ever introduces you to the right person, he first prepares you. And I know some of you are wondering, God, where's my person? Why does it seem like everyone else is finding love, but I'm still waiting? But what if I told you that the delay is not a denial, it's divine preparation? Because God doesn't just give you what you pray for. Look at Adam. Before God ever brought Eve into his life, what did he do? He gave Adam an assignment. He placed him in the garden, gave him dominion, and told him to tend and keep it. In other words, Adam had a purpose before he had a partner. And some of us are so focused on finding the right person that we forget to become the right person. But hear me, if God gave you your soulmate today, would you be ready? Would you be emotionally mature enough to handle a God-ordained relationship? Would you be spiritually strong enough to lead or support them in faith? Would you be healed enough not to bleed on them from your past wounds? Because the truth is, preparation is not punishment, it's protection. Some of you are in a season where it feels like God is withholding something from you. But God doesn't withhold good things from his children. He withholds them until you're ready. Think about this. If you had a 10-year-old child who begged you to let them drive a car, would you give them the keys just because they wanted it? No, not because you don't love them, but because you do. Because you know that if they get behind that wheel before they're ready, what should have been a blessing will turn into a burden. That's why God is preparing you. He is developing your character before he delivers the connection. He's teaching you how to be patient, how to communicate, how to forgive, how to love unconditionally. Because a relationship isn't just about finding someone who makes you happy. It's about learning how to love like Christ. Let's talk about Ruth for a moment. When Ruth lost her husband, she didn't go searching for another man to fill the void. She focused on being faithful in the field God had placed her in. She worked, she served. She honored Naomi. And while she was walking in obedience, that's when Boaz saw her. Some of you are so consumed with looking for the one that you're missing the work God wants to do in you. But when you focus on your purpose, God will align you with the right person at the right time. And let's be real, some of us have been in relationships that we weren't prepared for, and we ended up hurting ourselves or hurting someone else, because when you are not ready for something, you will mishandle it. If you're still carrying brokenness from your past, that brokenness will show up in your future. If you haven't healed from rejection, you will project that fear onto your partner. If you haven't learned how to